What's going on, people? This is your boy DJ A-Ron alongside my brother, as always, Cornbread. This is episode 213 of the A-Squared podcast. We are here back for another one. My brother, how are you?
Yo.
There you go. A lot of people been hitting me up anyway.
Yeah, I mean, why they hitting you up?
They said, where y'all been?
Yeah, man. It's y'all, huh? Okay.
I said, October is a month of birthdays. October is a month of Halloween, if you into that, which is tomorrow. October is a month of basketball starting. October is a month of football getting to the nitty gritty. October is a month that everything hits the fucking fan. That's what I tell them. Every October, we need a few weeks to just get our shit together. There is no way around that. That's what I tell them. What do you tell them?
I say, keep your shoes by your feet, bro. That's it, dog. That's the realest thing I ever told all the listeners in the world, bro.
That's a fact.
That was it.
That's a fact,
is,
man. You got to keep your shoes by
like
your
cook
feet.
crack, man. Dang. We here, man. We here.
Rest in peace,
Go ahead.
DJ Clark Kent.
What you mean?
He is he has passed away.
What?
This is a huge loss for the DJ community. You are probably the biggest Jay-Z fan that I know. You the biggest whole fan that I know, bro.
It's terrible.
He is on record for saying there would be no reasonable doubt without Clark Kent. He has had amazing blueprint for Jay-Z, Biggie, to artists, you name it, man. He has been there. I never got the opportunity to meet him, to meet him, but I've been in a room with him, but I never had a chance to actually meet him. But from what I've heard, he is one of the most genuine people that you know, that you would know. And I believe that he was battling colon cancer for the past 3 years.
Damn, it's tough.
So, yeah, rest in peace to him. It's very unfortunate. You know, Antonio, I can't express to you how important it is, especially for our community, to find out about our family history.
Yeah.
Health-wise. And I know it's hard because a lot of times, you know, we might not know Pops, or we might have to meet Pops later on in life, and then you don't know you got to get to know the family. I understand all that, but it's important for us to go to the hospital. You know, I don't know his story on, you know, if he was doing that or whatever the case may be, but I'm just trying to express to the people that for some odd reason, man, we'd be scared to go to the hospital. I don't understand it from my perspective because I go. Hey, if I got a headache for 2 days, I'm going. Antonio don't get headaches, stomach aches, flus, colds, stuffy nose. He ain't got a injury. Man, he doesn't get nothing.
My toe was hurting the other day. I was limping around, and hey, it is what it is. Let's get it.
I mean, we getting up there. Though.
Yeah, we getting up there. We're gonna make it work though.
But it's important for us to be on top of our health. So usually, bro, you lead the rest in pieces, but I got to lead that today, man.
Tough news, man. And while you're doing that, I mean, shit, you know, we've been gone for a couple of weeks. So, I mean, there's been hurricanes, there's been deaths, wars, stuff like that. So rest in peace to anyone who's lost anyone over this time, you know, over the past couple of weeks, or preparing, right, for somebody to transition to that, man. So, you know, obviously hopefully you got somebody in your corner. Or if not, you got A-Squared Podcast in your corner, man.
Definitely.
To the listeners out there, make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel, www.asquaredpodcast.com. I'm Cornbread1016, DJ.
Right. I am DJ A-Ron, man. I'm here.
Okay.
We're here for the people, man. But again, it has been a lot of stuff going on. I want to start out by saying this, bro. About a year ago on this podcast, Young Thug was going through his stuff, which as he is right now. Mm-hmm. And you said he had a Rico. He going down, bro. Antonio, I'm here to tell you, it's time.
It's time?
They got to throw this out. I have never seen a shit show like this, bro. Yeah. I had to do some research. And by research, I mean Chat GPT, bro. I had to find out because when the feds come for you with a Rico,
yep,
They have a 99% conviction rate, bro.
Yeah, you got like a 1 or 2% chance of making it. Yeah.
Which means that you were absolutely right when you said it's over. That means they have every piece of evidence that they need to. It's a clear-cut case, bro. These attorneys are trash, bro. They are not doing a good job. I'm watching footage of this, and it looks like it's a movie. I'm sending you clips, and you looking at it. I know you seeing what I'm sending you, and you can. This is 3 different judges now. 3 different judges. This judge right now, she says, "Listen, I'm giving y'all a chance, but y'all are making a mockery of the court, and you're making a mockery of me. Y'all better fix this now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Y'all better fix this right now, because this is getting ridiculous." She did say that she's not gonna do. Now I can't remember the verbiage exactly. You might be able to speak to it, but she says she's not gonna do a mistrial with where they can't be retried, but she's about to do a mistrial and let him go for now. So I can't remember what it's called.
It'll just be just like a hung jury or something like
Yeah.
that, right? Where you're not found innocent at all.
Mhm.
It's just they lack that evidence, or they lack the burden of proof, right? Of the standardized to even try to get you convicted. So to me, are you done, DJ? I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
To me, I think a couple things happen. One, I would say this is what happened when you rest on your laurels. Have you heard of that before?
I have not.
So that means you're so confident. Let's say you're the best player in basketball. You don't even practice no more because you've been beating everybody. You ain't stretching. You ain't listening to the coach. Because why? I've been beating everybody. Why would I do that? And then you come across that person, perfect storm, kind of like the Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas or whatever like that, right?
Okay.
He went out, smoked, cooked crack, and was with about 5 of them things, and then got in that ring because it's been working.
Yeah.
It didn't work that night. So I think what's happening is if you hit somebody with a Rico, you have a 99% chance, 98, 99%
Right.
chance. We hit them with the Rico, it's easy. But the thing you're not taking to consider is it's easy because the witnesses comply. None of these fucking witnesses comply. You have co-defendants snitching. One might have snitched, but the other ones didn't. You have the drugs being brought in, mistrials. You might be doing some sneaky stuff under the table, paying off people. So all that's happening, snowballing. The lawyers are asked. So all that snowballing. So it's chipping away at the greatness that you hit with the Rico, right? So I think that's what's happening. So it is what it is, man. Hey,
How does this make? We know our system is flawed, right? But how does this look in the eyes of you? Like, let's say you're not in law enforcement, right? Like me, I'm not. In your opinion, without looking at it from a law enforcement situation, how does this look to a person that doesn't know anything? Let me ask you on your opinion. In your opinion,
I would have 2 opinions on that. One, let's go with me personally, right? Just Tonio. How do I feel about it? I look at it as, okay, if this is happening, you should free them because they don't have enough evidence, right? Not even law enforcement. Just you want the court system to be correct and somebody be convicted. It is what it is, right? I also look at it as people already make up their mind before any evidence is there anyway. So if you a Young Thug fan and he arrested just like Lil Durk,
free him.
Free Young Durk. He just murdered 30 people. Free him.
Yeah.
Because I love track 7 on his 3rd album.
Yeah.
Or if you're on the other side of that, he's guilty because he's a gang member, or he's talking about killing on a record or whatever. He's guilty already. Right? So you're already making up your mind of how you feel about it, and you're just waiting to see if you were correct in that bet or wrong in that bet.
So the court of public opinion.
Yes, absolutely.
That's all it is.
That's how I would feel if it was non-law enforcement. That's how I would feel about it.
The way I feel about it is that if you come at me with all these charges and this looks like a shit show, I feel like you're wasting my life. If I was him, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you're wasting my life. Now, if I'm on the outside, I'm looking at it as the same. You wasting his life at this point. Y'all gotta have more than what you're providing. You know what I mean? As any type of evidence. He's not saying nothing in the court. He's sitting there like, it looks like a movie. It doesn't look like, this doesn't look real at all. To me, it looks like a joke.
And you don't have to say nothing. When you're on trial, you don't have to say nothing.
Nothing.
You don't have to say nothing.
So yeah, it's ugly, man. I don't know whether he did the stuff or whether he didn't do it, but based on what I'm seeing, y'all don't have anything. And it's like making a mockery because and the last thing I'll say about this is y'all are wasting taxpayer money on stuff like this. And that's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it there. Antonio, what else you got for us today, bro?
This is a huge week, man. Huge week to the listeners out there. November 1st is the last day to early vote.
Yeah.
November 1st. Voting is November 5th, so next week. So if you have not voted yet and you are able to and capable to and have the means, please go out and vote. Like I said, I take my son every time. He used to it. This year, we went the second week as soon as early voting went live. We went our second week when we had free time. Wait was about 20, 30 minutes. As we're in line, it was a nice day, so it wasn't bad. As we're in line, we're seeing people cut the line, right? I don't know why, but you're just seeing them cut the line. Okay, cool. I ain't tripping. I'm going to find out what it is, but I ain't tripping. So we see when I get closer, I hear why people cutting. It's those people who have the absentee ballots, so they're just dropping them off. I said, okay, that makes sense. Cool. But then you see people asking questions and get to cut the line. I'm like, oh, that means they don't have no ballots, right? Okay, cool. They're the 75 and older group get to cut the line too. There's a separate line for them. I said, that makes sense. All right. Me and little cornbread muffin go in there. We're standing next. It's two lines, the 75 and older line and then the regular line. So we're in the back in the regular line, but we moving up. That 75 and older line ain't moving, bro. It's not moving up. So I'm like, oh, all right, we in the right line. We get closer and closer. I'm about to verbatim tell you the conversation I heard.
Okay.
In the 75 and older line, DJ. There's a 75-year-old man. I'll say 75. Let's say he's 80. Talking to a 75-year-old man and his wife, who's 82. Yeah, man, I just left the dang doctor and he said I'm blind and I'm sick of this shit.
He said I'm blind and I'm sick of this shit.
Looking at the dude and he said he blind. I said, oh, that dude got problems, bro. So keep in mind, they're next up. They're not due. They're next up. So I move up. The lady comes up, goes to the person who's next up in the 75-year-old. It's an older lady. Let's say she's 80. The lady goes up to the 80-year-old and say, hey, ma'am, do you have your ID and stuff like that? The lady says, to the listeners out there, she's just shaking her head. She says, ma'am, do you have your ID? The lady's just shaking her head. She says, okay, can I see your ID? The lady's just shaking her head. I said, get me out of, hey, Aiden, let's go. Get me away from them, bro. This is crazy, dog. But great experience. Like I said, I'll be letting my son allegedly might look at a couple things while we voting. He's asking questions, but he's asking questions. We're talking about stuff. And then we talk about stuff after. So it was good, man. It's good. He always gets the early voter sticker, whatever that is, for little kid or future voter. I'm sorry,
right.
Future voter. So yeah, please get out there and vote, man. Because next week is the nitty gritty. We're gonna talk about it. If it's good, bad, whoever you vote for, it is what it is. We got to go. It is what it is. Life is gonna go on no matter who wins. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about it. DJ, did you vote yet, or you
not yet?
About it? Okay.
I'm going tomorrow. But I will. We go together all the time. So going tomorrow. I will say, this is the first time I've ever, since 2016, it's been like getting, in my opinion, progressively worse. Meaning, people can say anything and believe anything without doing any research, without reading the article or doing anything. They just say and that's a fact, once they say it. I heard a guy on the radio I'll reference it, The Breakfast Club. He calls in. He says, you know, it's funny because Trump had the biggest turnout in New York City ever. He said Trump had 40,000 people trying to get into Madison Square Garden. Envy, who is from Queens, New York, says, no, I don't think that's true. He said, no, it is true. He had 40,000 people trying to get into the Madison Square Garden. Charlemagne, who is not from New York but lives in New York, says, that's not true. We live here. The garden holds 19,000 people, 19,000, however many hundred people. Right. He said, yeah, but it was 40,000 people outside. He said, bro, we live here and we travel past this place all the time. Do you know how many people 40,000 people is? He said, I don't know, man. They said it was 40,000 people. So he said, again, hold on. We live here and we went by there. There's not 40,000 people. We know what 40,000 looks like. He said, well, they said it's 40,000, man. It was the biggest turnout in New York ever. And that's what it is. Say goodbye, sir. This is the day and time, Antonio, where you can say things to people and go online if you want and find a fact about it. And even if it's not a fact, there's other people that agree with it.
Right.
And I think that's really hurting us as human race. Right. Is that stuff like that can be done. I don't know if you saw it, but did you see the clips on the comedian Tony, whatever his name was, at the Trump rally? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
So it's two parts to this that I do want to talk about, bro. Number one, did you see the roast of Tom Brady?
I did.
So you saw him on the roast of Tom Brady.
Yeah, and we talked about it. Yeah.
So he was funny in the roast of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He was not funny here, bro. The crowd was not laughing. And if you all know out there, if you do anything in regards to the president of the United States, they're going to know what you're going to say before you say it. They're not just going to let you go up there and say whatever you want to say. He went up there and said some of the most, I ain't going to say the most racist things I've ever heard, but he went up there and he said racist stuff. He pointed out Puerto Rican people.
To me, that was the worst one, to me.
That was absolutely the worst.
To me. I mean, he said black jokes. He said all the jokes, but to me, the
Palestine,
Puerto Rican one.
yeah, Palestine jokes, all that.
They're going to throw rocks and stuff. All they have is rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But here's the thing, bro.
He had a Jew joke. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm going to get to the bigger picture. I don't know. Please, guys, don't crucify me for saying this. Educate me. Where is the Jewish outrage? I need to know. Because every time a Jewish person has been attacked, Agree. They shut that person down financially. Like in every position, you get shut down. They cancel them. They cancel them for sure. That's the real cancellation. It's a fact. I need to know where they are, bro. Because I'm hearing dudes say this in support of Trump at his rally. I'm hearing Trump say that Hitler did some good things. I'm hearing him saying that he likes dictatorship. I'm hearing him say these things, and I'm not seeing any Jewish pushback. That is my problem. Because I believe that with a snap of a finger, they got unlimited power from what I've seen. Your thoughts on that?
I totally agree. But once again, the Jewish joke, I don't know. I don't want to say because it was a 3 jokes in one. And the Jewish one was one of those 3 jokes, right? So it makes sense for that full joke. So you guys have to go watch it because, like I said, I don't want to reiterate it and I don't want to give light to that person, right? No. So the joke it's crazy, but it's to me it's also a common. We hear it all the time, right? So it does need to be outraged. Once again, the one that it wasn't the black joke that I was like, all right, it's another.
It was
black
definitely
joke.
Puerto Rican,
but the Puerto Rican joke, that's the one that I was like, bro, come on, bro, that's not even funny, right?
And they're Americans,
and that's him.
It's saying, America, bro.
Him saying, y'all want to clean up the ocean? There's a big pile of trash in the middle of the ocean. It's called Puerto Rico. Like that's crazy to me.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's very hurtful. I got family. They damn near family that's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't, they're Americans, bro. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
So don't be doing that, man. But I agree with you. But I don't want to give light on that side of it anyway, bro. It is what it is. That's more of the rhetoric that's gonna happen. It's been happening. So this ain't a surprise, bro.
It's ugly, man. But yeah, like you said, man, we're a few days away from whatever y'all want to do. We encourage you guys to get out there and vote. And your vote does count, man. So for all those people who saying, I'm not going to vote for this person or whatever the case may be, man, your vote, every vote counts, bro. So get out there and do that.
Write in vote somebody. Write yourself. Do something.
Vote for Kanye. They got the Jewish people got him the fuck out of here, bro. He performing in Japan. What are you talking? He can't perform in Chicago no more, but he's in Japan.
Fact. You said October was the month of our birthdays, which is, man. So thank you guys who helped celebrate with us or sent us wishes, social media posts, or even allowed us to take damn near a couple weeks off, man. We appreciate it. DJ, since we don't get we don't know how many birthdays we got, man. So is there anything that you did on your birthday or that you reflect on for the year?
You know, man, yes, I will say it was probably one of my best birthdays ever because essentially I didn't do anything but hang out with my family.
Good.
That's it. We stayed in the crib. We chilled. We cooked, laughed, played games, watched movies. You know, I had a big tomahawk steak I made, you know what I'm saying? So, thoroughly enjoyed it. Didn't make a spectacle and go out and spend a whole bunch of money. Just stayed in the crib, chill with the family. And, you know, my son's birthday was on the 3rd. So, you know, this was our first time actually being all together in the place at one time. So the 3rd and the 6th. 6th is mine, his on the 3rd. So we just chilled. How about you?
It's good. It's good family time, man. About to say same. I was with some family. Got to chill out. Took a couple of days off. Got to kick with my son. That was also around the hurricane time, so things were hectic around traveling. But you know, my girl flew me out. Even though I went to Atlanta, I ain't going nowhere, but flew out. And she took me to an event called Whiskeys of the World, or I think it's Whiskeys of the World or something like that. But it's bourbons and whiskeys around the world that you get to do like a sample of. So it was like 50 different vendors there. So from like Scotland, Ireland, you got Israel, Canada, America, different places, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna work on some things, see if we can get somebody on the pod, man, and come talk to us, you know, talk about distilleries and all those other things. So it's pretty cool, man. So it was a great birthday, man. Like I said, we getting up there, but hey, I want to celebrate them because some people don't.
Forever. Celebrate them forever, man.
We lose people at damn near every episode. So, you know, we want to celebrate those birthdays.
Let's talk about this. There's a viral clip going around right now talking about it's Ari Spears' new podcast. He had Tony Rock on there, and they spoke about, the question was, why is Tony Rock never in any of Chris Rock's movies or any of his show, whatever? Why is he never around in anything, right? And Tony says, first of all, they said if death of a funeral I think death at a funeral, I believe it was. They put all the comedians, everybody was in there, right? Yeah. They said they played Martin was his brother. Martin doesn't look anything like Tony, but Tony looks exactly like Chris. You know, they're brothers. You know, they look exactly alike. So why was he not in that movie? And he addressed it. He said, you know, he's very business oriented. And he'll pick, if he plays a movie, he's going to pick the next biggest star, you know, to be in the movie, to make the movie big. It's not about, you know, family or whatever. It's about making the movie right. Makes perfect sense. But he says that he did call him and say, I got a movie for you. Right. It's a movie called Top 5. I got you. He said, all right, well, let me know what I got to do, who I got to call. He said, you ain't got to call nobody. The movie's actually being shot in New York, so you ain't got to, you know, travel nowhere. It's going to be here.
Who said this to who? Chris Rock?
Chris says this to Tony.
Okay, cool. Good.
That, hey, I got this movie for you.
Good. You
ain't got to do nothing. You good.
Cool.
He says he gets calls from people that he knows because they're stand-ins and they live in New York. They're, you know, people know people. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, hey, ain't you supposed to be in the movie? Where you at? Like, I didn't even know they started shooting. Says, hey, yeah, we're shooting the scene with that we're in the bar. Where you at? He says, I didn't even know that the scene was being shot. Says next one he gets, hey, we wrapping the movie up. Where you at? He said after that, he never really said anything to his brother about movies again. He said he asked his brother 5 times for a favor in life, and he never delivered. And he said he promised himself he would never ask his brother for a thing again, ever.
Damn, I wonder why he did that.
So my question to you is, and this has been a floating conversation, do you think that you, in any profession, should give a sibling a job if you are in position to do so?
Not any position. I would also say kind of like, let's say the Wayans or the Washingtons, like Denzel Washington families making stuff, right? Mm-hmm. If you have somebody, even like Shannon Sharp, he has his sister, he has other. So placing people in the correct position is important to me. Right. Just because you're my brother and I have this position doesn't mean you get it. But if I can create positions that you can benefit from, that's what I think you should do. Right. Not just because there's an open position, you should get it. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
So that's how I would do that. But then again, that's only one-sided, right? Because we don't know what Chris Rock feels like Tony Rock did him. Let's say he did him dirty and he can't forgive him, so it doesn't matter what he did. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to hear Chris Rock's response to why he would do that or why he feels like that. Or even just give him, you ain't got to just, hey, I got you an audition. If you make it, you make it. It is what it is. I can't control it.
Let's be clear. Tony is funny. Tony Rock on stage is funny. So it's not a lack of like he's not, funny or, anything like that. That's not the case. The other side of it is he did play in Everybody Hates Chris. So a lot of people don't remember that, but he did play in the movie Everybody Hates Chris. So let's be clear with that. But I do find it interesting that he, out of his own mouth, said, my brother offered me a role and didn't follow up with the role.
Agree.
That, to me, is interesting.
That is, man.
That is very interesting.
I would love to hear his response.
We probably won't hear it because, in all honesty, he's not going to make a good movie anyway. And then the second thing is his stand-ups is trash.
Yeah, but I think when he goes on another podcast that's who's going to ask him these questions, he might not answer it, but there's some people who Tony. Ask.
They're not asking Chris because Chris not doing nothing, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Stand-ups is trash and his movies is trash. So honestly, Tony should be happy he wasn't in this damn movie. He was a good crackhead. What else you got for us, Tonyo?
Jesus, man.
Basketball season started.
First off, no, I don't care about basketball, bro.
Okay, all right. You tell me where you want to go.
LeBron and LeBron, great. They've been playing 2 minutes.
We got to talk about
that.
We got to talk about that. We got to talk about that.
But there's some stuff that we need answers on, DJ, and only you can answer it, bro.
Only me.
Only you.
Oh wow.
The A-Square podcast wants to know this. This ain't Tonio. Don't get mad at Tonio. It's the A-Square podcast hitting me up and they want to know. To the listeners out there, about a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, DJ said there was a title of our podcast called Don't Be the D. And he was cooking up somebody based off of their drafting.
That's a fact.
And who they selected.
That's a fact.
And they're terrible, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of that episode,
I didn't say they're terrible.
No. Hold on. Let me finish.
I did not say they're trash. I selected a person that I knew that they were gonna get.
Okay.
And I did that out of spite.
Right.
Because I knew that they was gonna pick that.
You talked about their grade, that how could anybody ever get that grade?
That's also a fact.
Right.
Go.
That was 2 months ago, A-Square podcast.
Yeah.
I said at the end of that episode, you better not lose to this person then, DJ.
You did.
Today, A-Square podcast wants to know, did you beat that person?
Absolutely not. I absolutely undeniably lost. 100%. Having said all of that.
Explain yourself, please.
Having said all of that. Now I'm Stephen A. Smith. See, now I got to cook, bro.
Go ahead.
Having said all of that, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told that person. Two ass teams cannot talk about who won. Two ass teams cannot talk about that. And you want to know what that person said?
What they said?
Ain't never lied. That's what that person said. So therefore, Whatever you talking about don't even matter because we both ass, bro.
Hey, I'm just giving the update to the people. The
It
people
would
wanted
be
to know.
It would be totally different if one was up and one was down, bro. But 2F and 2F minus cannot talk about nothing, bro. They shouldn't even be on the phone, low key.
Okay.
They shouldn't be on the phone. But I will say that I made the call to talk about something else,
Okay.
which was Call of Duty.
Okay.
But the person said, I thought you was calling to talk about that.
Yeah.
And I said, no. I said, two ass teams cannot talk about that. So then we continue to proceed to talk about the duty.
Okay.
So that's where we are with it.
That's
so,
fine, man.
yes, I did lose.
Okay.
Now, also, I do believe that our league is ass.
Okay. Talk. Let's talk.
I believe that, hey, 86% of our team is either 4-4 or fucking 3 and
everybody's beating up each other, bro.
everybody beating up each other.
They are. Fact.
So it ain't over.
It ain't over. You right.
It ain't over.
You right. And we'll give y'all another.
Hey, with 2 more wins, I can sneak in. I could be in the playoffs.
Right.
So I'm just saying it ain't over. It ain't over.
That's
so
a fact.
It's
All right.
fantasy. It's fantasy, dog.
You right. All right.
It ain't over. But hey, I own it. I own it.
The podcast just wanted the update, so that was.
I own
man.
it.
That
I
was
own it,
man.
bro.
Okay.
I do want to talk about it before we wrap up here today. I do want to talk about it. We have seen something that I deem extremely important, which was Bronny James and LeBron checking in the game.
Absolutely.
I do want to talk about that. More importantly, in my opinion, Antonio, Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. was there. For those of y'all that don't know, Ken Griffey Jr. is my favorite player of all time.
Man.
A favorite baseball player of all time.
Patrick Mahomes before Patrick Mahomes, bro.
And, you know, I'm not the hugest baseball fan. I'm a Cub fan first. It's weird because that's the only sport that I chose. I'm from here. I'm a root for that team. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Laker fan. They're not from here, obviously. But Cub fan all the way. But Ken Griffey Jr., when I was growing up, to this day, I have baseball cards, bro. To this day. And to see them check in together was amazing to me. But it was what LeBron said prior to him checking in, which is, you ready? All right, don't play mistake free. Don't worry about it. Let's just go out here. Let's just hoop. I thought it was amazing to see them on the court together at the same time. And I just want to get your take on seeing that.
No, I totally agree. I don't think, like I said, let's say that's a dream for every father to want to play with their kid.
Yeah.
But
life
doesn't life like that, bro.
No.
Life does not life like that, especially at the highest of levels. Only thing I really wish is that Bronny James really was him. I would love to see that, right? Because it's no, I'm really taking this from you now, Pops. I'm here.
Yeah.
You can sit down and chill.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we're going to get that just now, right? Or it might be the younger son who does that. But other than that, Matt, wonderful moment, very magical. It's obviously going to be documented somewhere to the end of time, man. It's just great to see that. It's great to see Dion and his son. You know what I'm saying? So the great father and son. I wonder if we ever see women and daughters, you know what I'm saying? Like Serena Williams teaching her daughter or coaching her daughter when she played tennis or something.
I would love to see that.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot of father and son stuff, but women, we need to do better. Yeah. Let's do some women stuff. I want to see that.
I think one of the issues is, I will say this. I want to give kudos to LeBron for keeping himself as a top player for this amount of time to orchestrate this move.
Facts.
Because they wouldn't do this if you're on the mad decline. They're not going to do this if you're not at the top of your game.
Power. Yeah, Carmelo ain't got that power.
No, it ain't. No. He's not. Wade didn't have that power, bro.
Shaq didn't. None of them. Yeah, you're right.
No, yeah.
You're right.
You might be able to talk to some people to try to get them a tryout, but to orchestrate this type of transition, you wouldn't be able to do. I do want to say to the people out there who have a lot of negative things to say about this, is that this move is organized. It's not organized for LeBron James Jr. to play 82 games in the NBA. It's orchestrated for him to do the first few games and go to the G League. It's a plan. You might not know that unless you're a Laker fan. I'm a Laker fan, so I watch I watch a lot of people talk on YouTube about the Lakers. Old former players talk about the Lakers and what the moves that they're doing.
And he's what, a second or third round draft pick anyway.
He's second
that happens
pick
anyway.
It's a second pick,
anyway.
55th pick at that.
It happens anyway, bro.
The plan is for you to be in the G League. It just so happens that he's the son of this person. He's going to play that first game, but after Cleveland, he's going to the G League. So for all those people out there that's got a lot of hate or that's saying negative things, like, keep that same energy towards owner people. Keep that same energy towards coaches. You know what I'm saying? When they put their sons on the, you know what I'm saying, out there, put that same energy everywhere, man. To keep the same energy. I love this. I think it's amazing. And again, it really boils down, Antonio, to if LeBron was not in the shape that he's in and being at the top still, top 5, top 10, this would not happen. I think that should be championed more than somebody just getting pushed in.
I agree.
And nobody knows the 55th pick of anybody, of any league. They don't know, let alone the NBA having 2-round drafts and you're the 55th pick. Nobody knows those people anyway. So just keep the same energy, man.
I like it, bro.
Yeah.
I like it.
So also, I will say about the Lakers closing out, outside of Bronny, Antonio, this is the first time in my life as a Laker fan. Okay, this goes back to Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, AC Green, Vlade Divac. This goes back to when I was watching them on TV. This is the first time I've ever seen the Lakers play team ball. Not one person ISO. I'm seeing passing. I'm seeing cutting. I'm seeing, I'm seeing things I have not seen before. I can't 100% just say JJ Redick is doing this. You know what I'm saying? But I do have to give credit in these first, few games. I haven't seen that type of basketball from them ever. Not when Kobe was there, not when Shaq was there, not when I haven't seen this type of ball movement. Pause. This type of ball movement from the Lakers ever. And I'm liking what I see because the NBA don't even have ball movement. Outside of the Warriors,
teams like Thunder do too.
Oh yeah, definitely
OKC,
the Thunder.
OKC does.
The Magic. You can look at the Magic. You can see the Magic doing it.
Team.
But outside of what the Warriors have done over the past 8 years or whatever, usually it's ISO ball.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So
Celtics and Mavericks, all ISO ball. They ain't no assists in those games.
Definitely. So I'm appreciating that. We got just a few more moments on here. Antonio, we are almost at the trade deadline of the NFL. You want to talk about that for a minute? Talk about the NFL?
NFL was a couple trades, Kansas City trying to get stronger. Some people went out for the Texans.
Yeah.
You got Devontae Adams going to the Jets. So Amari Cooper went to the Bills. So it's been some blockbuster trades so far. None of them have hit.
Hopkins,
that's
like you said, with Kansas City.
Yeah, so
but he's got to get acclimated. Yeah,
they do. But this is mid-season, so this is the time where weather's about to start changing too. So things are about those running games are gonna start picking up. You ain't gonna just fly out because it's 90 degrees and stuff like that. It's gonna start raining, snowing, wind, and that's when you got to get ready for the playoff ball. And guess what? The Colts are free right now, bro. That's why I wore the jersey today. The Colts, we got Flacco starting, bro. This is a great day. Anthony Richardson, I had an issue with you last year. Mm-hmm. I talked about it. Same issue this year, and I didn't talk about it because you only played a couple games. But you gotta know football, bro. You are a phenomenal athlete. I think you're probably nice. Everybody loves you.
How many games did he play in college, Antonio?
10.
10 total? Okay.
10 total, and he's played 10 in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's not enough football. That's 20 games, bro.
That's
not enough football. To be the starter, that you are him. You need more football reps. And you need to learn how to put touch on the ball. You're throwing rockets 5 yards down the field. You can't do that, bro. These receivers.
You watching? And I know you're watching the games.
Yeah, and I've been to the games. Is what I'm saying. I'm watching this.
But you're also. Can you blame everything on him? Because you're seeing drops as well.
No. You can't. But what I'm saying is, you have to put your people in the best position. they're not in the best position and you're not making them better. And then you're making mistakes on top of that. That's bad recipe for offense. And our defense is barely holding on. But when they hold the NFL teams to 20 points and we still can't put up 20 points, you're not going to win, man. So hopefully he learns this year from Flacco. Take the time, man. Learn. I don't know. Call Tom Brady. Call Drew Brees. Call Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning on every goddamn commercial. Yes. Call him. Get him in the building so they can teach you. Yeah. Come on, man. We got to do better if you're going to be the future.
I think that this is a NFL problem and not a Colt problem. I don't think this is a Colt problem. That's part of the problem. I blame the NFL.
You're right.
I blame the NFL for allowing quarterbacks to be drafted and then they make them the face of the program of the team.
Week one. Yep.
And that is the problem. You guys are destroying these young quarterbacks, not giving them up. Aaron Rodgers didn't start till he was 40 years old in Green Bay.
True. That's true.
You know, Brett Favre was still the quarterback. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Was terrible his first year. Peyton Manning threw the most interceptions.
You should be allowed to sit down and learn. Look, you play college. You know the difference between college and high school. Right. You know the speed. You know what it is. You sat right here on this podcast and said Glenn was the fastest. Glenn Foster.
No, I hit him with every being in my soul, and he just looked at me. I said, "Oh yeah, this."
It's a different game, right? They are ruining these quarterbacks. I don't see it going backwards, but I'm blaming them.
I agree,
and I know they're trying to go viral. I know they're trying to keep the youngness of the viewership. I get all of that, but I think that they are ruining these people. I think that they ruined, just like the Bears, to me, in my opinion, ruined Justin Fields. Everybody is not. What's the quarterback from Houston?
C.J. Stroud.
Everybody's not gonna have a season like that.
Yeah, or Chase Daniel, or what's his name, Daniels, whatever his name is.
They're not going to have, this dude from Washington.
Yep.
They're not going to have everybody's not going to do that. And I think they're setting these people up for failure. And when you have the first pick, that means you have the worst team. You have the worst offensive line.
That's a fact.
You're allowing these people to get killed. So
I agree with that assessment.
Yeah, so with that being said, I think I do want us to say a sleeper since we got just a moment. Our next person is about to get on here. We're about to do some things, y'all. But I do want to say this. I want to pick a sleeper for the Super Bowl early, bro. I could be wrong, but I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to put 1A and 1B. You ready? A year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, we had a homeboy on, and he was talking about a trip to Egypt.
Yep.
And he was talking about all that.
Brown.
Shout out to Brown. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Brown Studios. Y'all said I can pick a team, finally, because I never had a football team, right? Y'all said I could pick a team. I sat right here on this podcast. I don't know if you remember this, Antonio. But I said, well, shit, I'm going to go with a team that lose all the time then. I'm not going to pick somebody to win. I said, I'm going to go with the Lions. And y'all laughed at me. Brown on this very podcast said, well, shit, you ain't never going to win then. he said, you did that. You ain't never going to win. A-Town all day, right? And the Colts is your team. What we looking like, bro?
They look good. But looking good don't mean you're going to win. You know what I'm saying? So I think
that's a fact, but I'm just saying.
They're great. They look nice. Like they're cooking.
Yes.
They're cooking.
Yes.
But you got to do it in the playoffs.
You got to do it in the playoffs.
The Ravens look nice every year. The Bills look nice every year. And they run against that bad boy named Mahomes every year.
That's true.
So teams look good until they ran against Brady, right? So
I'm just saying, bro, y'all laughed at me, bro.
Oh, so you think you still not going to get laughed, bro?
So can I pick a team or can I not pick a team?
You can, but you got to pick that team. You can't just if that's the team, that's the team.
I said the Lions and y'all laughed at me.
It don't matter. Who cares if they laughed? Is that the team?
That's the team. I said I'm gonna follow.
No, that's not what. No, don't say I'm a follow. Is this your team or not?
That's the team. That's my team.
All right, there we go.
I never had an NFL team, and I picked a team that episode, and that's in the archives. Y'all can find that shit.
Yep. All right, I'm with you.
I just want to say that.
All right.
All right.
All right. That's the team.
So listen, we got 40 some minutes into this one for our episode back, but we got a lot more content for y'all. Antonio, you want to close it out? You want to tell the people what they always need to do, bro?
We get into cold season. Like you said, check up on your bodies, check up on your people too, mentally, man. It's the time where holidays coming around, family, presents, stress, new year, new job, all that stuff. Check up on your people.
Yeah.
And if you haven't bought any new shoes, don't. Shoes are irrelevant. But if you just happen to have some shoes, keep them by your feet. That's it, bro. That's it. That's all I need y'all to do, man. Mm-hmm.
As always, I am DJ A-Ron. That's my boy Cornbread right there, man. And all the links and everything will be in the description. Make sure you click and subscribe to the podcast. We got a lot more coming to y'all, but we are out of here for today. So until next time, we out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace.